It's a middleweight title elimination bout on Friday Night Fights. We are making the rounds here on ESPN.com. Jim Basquil alongside Brian Campbell. I should mention a special edition of Friday Night Fights on a Wednesday. Dan Rafael joins us in a moment. October 1st, that special edition is headlined by Curtis Stevens and Hassan with the winner becoming the mandatory challenger for the winner of Sam Solomon and Jermaine Taylor's title fight October 8th. Also, a special Wednesday edition of Friday Night Fights. Brian, tell our fans of Friday Night Fights what they should expect to see.
Number one, Jim, they should expect to see action because of the nature of these two fighters. Look, these guys, they go after it. They come after, throw power punches, but also they can be very vulnerable. These are guys that can take shots and keep coming back. And when you have this fight with a lot on the line, the winner will be the mandatory challenger for next week's, the fight the week after, of course. Sure. Sam Solomon defending his title against Jermaine Taylor. A lot at stake for these guys. Endam, the former titleist. Stevens, a guy who's been at the higher levels before, got close. Fought Golovkin like we talked about in the past. Very good fight here. A lot on the line. I think they go for it.
Yeah, a lot on the line for their personal careers as well. Let's bring in ESPN boxing insider Dan Rafael. Dan, what does Stevens need to show you?
Well, I think what his best attribute is certainly his punching power. And Nadam is a guy that, even though he's a talented fighter, he's been on the deck before. When he fought against Peter Quillen, he was knocked down 5 times in that fight. So if Curtis Stevens, who I believe is a better puncher than Peter Quillen, can land the big bomb, then you got to figure he can have some success against them. So I'll be looking to see if Curtis Stevens can crank up the punching power that we all know that he has.
Hey, Brian, for those who don't know a lot about Endam, tell us what makes him such a dangerous opponent.
Well, first and foremost, is kind of what Dan mentioned, is here's a guy that is just relentless, just goes after it. Had that middleweight title, lost it in 2012 to Peter Quillen. Dan mentioned, got off the canvas 5 or 6 times, lost count at some point. But the key in that fight was he not only got off the canvas so many times, he came back to make that a fight and really pushed Quillen down the stretch of it. He's a very athletic fighter, has a lot of speed, can fight the all-action style. After that loss, Jimmy's come back with 3 wins, some low-profile ones, but this is his chance to get back on the big stage and get back in that title picture.
Hey, Dan, the winner gets the Solomon-Taylor winner in the near future. Can we see either of these fighters challenging the best this division has to offer?
Well, I certainly think that the winner that emerges from those 4 fighters is going to be in the mix for a significant fight. Now, they're battling it out over one of the belts, the one that Solomon has. You know, he's not the real champion of the weight class. That at the moment is Miguel Cotto. The #1 middleweight in terms of ability and talent and excitement that he brings at the moment is probably Triple G Gennady Golovkin. Sure. But the guy that comes out of this group of guys probably is going to be in the picture to get a fight with one of those bigger names. So besides the title that's at stake, the mandatory for the first fight, and the money that goes along with it, is certainly going to be the stature to get into the picture to get a much bigger fight.
Something to look forward to. Curtis Stevenson, Hassan Endam in a middleweight title eliminator featured on a special edition of Friday Night Fights on Wednesday, October 1st on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes. For Dan Rafael and Brian Campbell, I'm Jim Basquil, and we are making the rounds right here on the boxing page of ESPN.com.